The following program contains language, images, and/or subject matter that may be objectionable to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
Direct from Albany, New York, it's time for the New Media Zone. With your hosts, Ed and Dave. Tonight, a look at this week's new film and DVD releases. And a chance to win free movie tickets with the poster pair game. And now your hosts, Ed and Dave.
Hello and welcome to the New Media Zone, and Dave here, and Dave with you. We're going to take a look at this week's new movie releases and new home releases. A chance to win free movie tickets with the Poster Pairs game. And happy St. Patrick's Day to you.
Hey, St. Patrick's
out
Day,
there.
y'all. Go and have a pint. A pint of the Guinness.
And the Shamrock Shake.
Ooh, they bring that back every year?
They do. Some other place was doing a green shake. I forget now.
The Hulk?
No, I think it was Dairy Queen had a green, they were calling it green shake, I guess. They can't use Shamrock.
You can't call it the Shamrock Shake.
Yeah.
It's by McDonald's.
Right.
You can't change it. Don't we need Jamie McPeters down here?
Jamie McPeters. I was thinking we used to have Jamie McPeters on the show. He was the world's only Irish adult film star.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to think, I don't know if I could find it. I swear we did a sketch with him and Susie, who was on the show, and recreating an adult film scene.
Oh, no.
And I forget how far we went with that. I don't think too far, but it still was an adult film scene and a sketch we did. So I got to look back and whenever the heck she was on the show. I think 2004-ish. Were you off the show at that time? Would that be the time you were off?
I think I was probably off the show.
Yeah.
I was off for quite a while. I think I was off from like 96-ish.
It wasn't 99-ish?
Oh, I don't know. I always said when my kids turned like 5 and they started going to school, I didn't want the parents seeing the show going, oh, I don't want my kids playing with his kids. So I stopped. That would have been like 96 for my son.
Mm-hmm.
My daughter would have been around 2000. So maybe I hung out till 2000. I don't know. Maybe I figured my son was a boy and he could fend for himself.
Right. You didn't really think that, did you? That you were concerned over people. I always thought that was a bit. God knows.
No, it was legitimate.
It was.
It was kind of legitimate. I always felt that although, people have different sensibilities.
Uh-huh.
And I felt it would be unfair to my kids if just all it takes is one person for, because let's face it, I've said some weird things over the years.
Uh-huh.
And all it takes is one parent to say, what did he just say? And wait a minute, I think I know this guy. I think my daughter goes to school with, oh, no, they're not hanging out together. I didn't want my kids having that. Just in case. I knew it was a
I
long
guess
shot.
this was before the internet, when kids were posting all kinds of wacky things these days.
Right.
One mention from us would be, just blown over.
Right.
With all what these kids are up to on the internet now. But that wasn't there in the 2000s.
It was a partial reason.
Partial. Yeah.
Not the full reason. I think I just, I don't know. It was a long time ago. I can't remember. I can't remember what I had for dinner yesterday.
No.
Oh, yes, I did. I made a pizza.
Oh, you made the pizza. That's always good.
I like it. I make my own dough.
Mm-hmm.
Very delicious.
I don't go that far. I used to use Fuchsia's dough, but I don't think they make that anymore. He was in my JCA class, Vinny Fuchsia, and I noticed that I knew he had a pizza place, and then for a while his dough was in your freezer case there.
Oh.
So I used Vinny's dough. I think Vinny's out of business now.
Oh, that's a shame.
That's a shame. He made good dough, Vinny. So what do we have? Good. What we have? Do one name film finally.
I have A Quiet Place Part 2.
Yeah, and I have The Climb, which was looks like it was thrown in at the last minute because nobody wanted to go up against Quiet Place.
Well,
So
why don't you start with your climb, Ed?
No, that's the one we're doing first, unfortunately.
Oh, okay.
It's The Climb,
The Climb.
starring Michael Angelo Covino.
Ooh, wouldn't be what we're looking at now.
I'm trying to read and get the clip up at the same time. This is amazing. There
We
it
should
is.
have a double feature of The Climb and The Descent.
Right. Kyle Marvin and Gail Rankin. Kyle and Mike. So you got Kyle in the names here. They're using their real, and Mike are best friends. Did they use their actual names? This isn't a documentary.
It's a buddy comedy, Ed.
Oh, okay.
That's
Well,
what
they're
it
using
is.
their real names. Are best friends who share a close bond until Mike sleeps with Kyle's fiance.
Oh, you can't do that.
The Climb is about a tumultuous but endearing relationship between two men across many miles of laughter, heartbreak, and rage.
Oh.
It is also the story of real-life best friends who turn their profound connection into a rich, humane, and frequently uproarious film about the boundaries, or lack thereof, in all close friendships. Rated R for language, sexual content, some nudity, and brief drug use. I wonder who's nude, because apparently these are real friends, and they...
Exaggeration of factual events. There's George Wendt.
George Wendt was not in the read. Was he a friend of these real friends, or is he a written character? Who knows? Sign up on Facebook to find out what they're doing there.
Okay.
The Climb, okay.
Yeah.
That's just a filler till we get to a film. That's,
Well, apparently it's uproarious. You said so.
yeah.
It's an uproarious buddy comedy.
It's got some nudity, which we don't see in films anymore, except apparently on the, what is that channel? Pluto channel.
Pluto.
Where they have what channel, was it?
I think it's Gravitas.
Which is the one where they were dancing around?
Oh, that's Eye Candy.
The Eye Candy channel.
Yeah. Eye Candy.
Pluto TV.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway.
Okay.
A Quiet Place, Part 2. Starring Emily Blunt. Dijon Holmes, Dijon Mustard, and Noah Jupe. Following the deadly events at home, the Abbott family must now face the terrors of the outside world as they continue their fight for survival in silence. Forced to venture into the unknown, they quickly realize that the creatures they hunt by sound are not the only threats that lurk beyond the sand path. That's it. I have no rating on this.
That's it. Looks like we were seeing a little bit.
Excuse me, Ed.
Jeez. Did you hit your cough button?
I just covered. Does that make a difference? Probably not. This probably muffles me a little.
A little bit. Looks like we got to look there at what happened as the creatures came. A little prequel there.
I feel this film and its predecessor is just a lazy way to make films. To just not write any dialogue.
Well, it's either this or Silent Bob. You could go either way.
True. Oh no, Emily, don't.
Whoops.
I don't know. I don't know what it is, but boy, I think she's a fine-looking woman.
I did see that girl on the train a little while ago that she was in.
I did not see that.
That was pretty good. I think it was $3 at Big Lots is how I wound up seeing that.
Oh, so you purchased it.
I purchased that. If it's $3 Blu-ray, it's a good deal. So
Even if it's a crappy movie?
it was a decent movie
Okay.
too, with Emily Blunt.
What is it about? Let's talk about another film while showing a review of a current film.
Well, let's do this one,
All right.
and then I'll tell you how that was.
So in the
Did you see the first one?
I did not, so I'm assuming the husband died in the first one?
He did.
Which was played by her real-life husband, John Krasinski.
That's a good way to. I think he's directing this, so you kill yourself off. You spend more time directing. I don't know why they had to walk around with no shoes on. Did the shoes make that much noise that you couldn't have the shoes? I guess if you were walking on something solid, but in the grass, you should be able to have a shoe.
You would think.
A sock and a shoe, and a shoe and a sock. Yeah, the girl on the train, that was interesting. I couldn't tell you really what the story was. She's on a train and she thought she saw a murder, I believe, is what it was, in the house as she went by.
Oh, is this kind of like a rear window?
A little rear window-ish. Yeah, it was pretty good. Well worth the $3 I spent on that.
Maybe I'll look for it, see if it's on the Netflix.
Yeah, it might be on there. I don't find a lot. We get it for a month at a time with the free, trial, and then we end it. Just long enough to watch Lost in Space or Stranger Things. I can't find any movies on it.
And how long after your free trial ends do you get another free trial?
They send an email almost right away. It's maybe 2 months. You'll get another email.
So then you could get free Netflix for like 4 months out of the year.
Yes.
That's a pretty good deal.
If you have somebody else in your house that also gets the emails, you trade off, and then...
So then you can get it 8 months out of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, what a deal. My deal's better, but yours is pretty good.
Yeah, you got a decent deal too there.
Yeah. All right, so what do we got? Some new releases?
New releases.
Oh, what is this? Is this the Russian version of Superman?
That's what it is. I don't know what the storyline was here. I think maybe he comes down in Russia instead of here, and he becomes a Russian hero.
Oh.
In the Red Sun story. Something that's probably better than the movies they put out over in D.C.
Wait a minute, Charles Fleischer?
Right.
Isn't he the guy who did like Roger Rabbit's voice?
Right, and he was the bad guy on Welcome Back Kotter from the rival school.
Sid Haig, who recently passed away.
This is his last film. He's only in it for 10 minutes, I guess.
P.J. Souls, well known for her lovely torso area in Halloween.
Right.
Dick Miller, I think, is an old comedian.
Dick Miller was in all the horror films and Gremlins. And just passed away also.
Yeah, and I think he was a comedian. Maybe. I could be wrong.
I don't know about the comedian.
Maybe not. And Caroline Williams, I don't know.
This is Hanukkah, right? Is that what
Hanukkah.
We're saying?
Yeah.
And it's apparently a horror film with all these characters in it. And, it might be interesting to check out for the last appearances of most of the cast there.
I think the bottom right is Dick Miller.
Right, yeah. I haven't seen him in a while, so this is fairly recent. That'd be interesting.
And I'm guessing the bottom left is P.J. Souls.
Yeah, that looks like her. And up in the top left in the smaller picture is Sid Haig.
Sid Haig, yes. Who was in, what, I think House of a Thousand Corpses, maybe?
Yeah, he made a brief appearance in that last one, which was the end of the trilogy of that. I forget what they call it. 3 from Hell, I think?
I don't know. Because I can't remember the name of the second one.
House of a Thousand Corpses.
Because I think it had Priscilla Barnes.
Yeah, nude. And
yes. I can't remember the name of that second one. All directed by Rob Zombie.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Amityville Island.
Now, we talk about the Polonia. It's not Polonia Brothers, actually, now. It's Polonia Films.
Okay.
Apparently, one of the brothers passed on.
Oh.
So the one is, and I'm going
keeping on the fine tradition.
This is another one where we use the same props over, and it's a shame because, it does take work to make these even low-budget films. But for God's sake, put some kind of effort into it. It's Amityville Island. They're using the same cursed doll that they used in their Cursed Doll movie last year. The same red robe and mask. The same shark puppet from the other shark movies they did. The only thing that I don't see in this is that god-awful ape costume from the Frozen Sasquatch, which is back up on Amazon if you happen to have that. And we do have the trailer so you can see all of the things. A couple of local actors, in quotes. Okay. Jeff Kirkendale is in here. And... all the other actors, in quotes, you've seen
Welcome to our
in
island.
fairs such as Frozen Sasquatch.
Here you could contribute to science.
Oh, boy.
The doll from the other doll movie from last year.
Crazy. Killed a bunch of people just like
That
me.
red outfit, which turns up.
So what
I mean, it even looks like they're filming it in someone's house.
Right.
Something is happening there. Something to Kelly Jo Knight.
Speaking of low budget, when is our stuff coming out?
I'm working on our stuff. There's a shark puppet. Like you say, that there's, it does take effort to even make something of this quality.
Sure.
But put some effort. Don't use the same props that are sitting around. I'm disgusted with them. The polonias. Use some kind of. Buy another mask for the costumer than the red outfit you're using. I don't know if it's an in-joke that these same things, you're putting effort into it.
They got to be making some kind of money. They keep making movies.
Right, and they're getting some kind of distribution because they're on Amazon and DVDs. For God's sake, get rid of those 3 props you use in every film, for God's sake. All right, let's see here.
Let's just end the show early.
Want to end it early?
We still got 12 minutes.
Do you have a brief story? Because it's going to look awkward if I have to bend over.
Really have any brief story. We went over the, things that happened the other day, last week or so.
I was over in Target, and they had this interesting item.
Ooh, a puzzle.
It's a puzzle that comes, and for some reason they have the Blockbuster name on it. And it comes in like the cases where you'd have your rental. And it was the 500-piece puzzle. And I actually was working on it. Now you can take a look at the poster. It's the Animal House poster.
Okay.
On there. And as I'm putting the poster together, I'm noticing there's some things missing. Like here, and in the window, I remember on the poster, the guy was chasing a girl, and then she was unclothed. And then I'm noticing Bluto had the big barrel of beer up there.
Yeah.
The keg. And that's missing. And there was a guy below him with his mouth open, and now he's not getting any beer. Every mention, I'll put the pictures up of the actual poster. Anything with beer, Donald Sutherland was on the roof with a doobie, and they cut that out.
So any suggestive nudity,
right,
alcohol or drugs, which basically is the movie,
yeah,
is been removed from this poster.
Yes.
Wow. That's. I'm sorry, Ed. That's political correctness run amok.
It is. Now I can see because the guy has his tongue hanging out. He's still horny behind the window.
Right.
But the girl was nude. Maybe that would be a little too far for your puzzle.
Well, you could have like a leg coming back, like showing that who is chasing someone.
I'll show you. I just happened to notice while we were taping and I was looking around today. This.
Oh, there you go.
This thing has.
That's not bad. Even that's not bad.
Yeah, you could cover the butt up, and they did. On the front here, the guy is pulling the girl's pants down here.
Right.
And they did put the pants on her. There was a nude cartoon Heine there.
A cartoon Heine.
In the original one. But you see, he has the keg there.
Yeah.
And even this.
He's got the beer on his head.
That was taken off the puzzle. And, the doobie up here is Donald Sutherland and this. And, this girl in the bushes. This guy's getting ready to jump. They left that on. The guy. So I thought that was a nice puzzle, and they have other ones. They have E.T. and all. They seem to be a lot of Universal. But I found all of a sudden I'm putting it together, and there's things that I remember that were on the original poster. Not only can't you make Animal House today, I don't think you could, or Blazing Saddles. You can't.
You can't make Blazing Saddles.
You can't put the posters on puzzles, I guess.
But they still show Blazing Saddles.
Yeah. 30th anniversary. We could still. I guess this was in a store. I got it, and that was fine in the DVD section. But in the
wait a minute, how that's. A while ago, because wasn't that 82?
That was 78, so we have to do some math here.
So now you're talking 42 years.
Yeah. Okay.
Tim Matheson is on a show on Netflix, Virgin River.
Huh.
He
I
plays
saw
the-
he was in
He
something.
plays the curmudgeonly doctor. I think he also might direct some of those episodes as well. But there you go.
They have a Jaws one too. They didn't have a Target. That they monkeyed around with that poster over the years too, because on the original book there was a little bit of boob there,
Right.
and I think they've over the years they put a little splash on there.
Oh, God Almighty!
And then anytime I saw this, I had to get it at Walmart.
Was that Pinhead? No, that's
It's
the other one. That's the one with the chains in their mouth. What's
This
it? Oh,
one's-
Chatterer. Yeah.
This is only available at Walmart.
Only at Walmart. Says it right on there, Ed.
Right.
Only at Walmart.
Now, can you see something that's off here with the character and the box thing here?
That's off. You mean, from the movie?
Yeah.
I don't really recall. Was there more skin showing?
Well, look at what they're advertising there.
What are they advertising? Chatterer.
Yeah, and from what?
Hellraiser 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anytime they put out anything with Hellraiser related, it's always Hellraiser 3.
And why is that?
It's a different company, I think, than the first two.
Okay.
That is either cheaper or will license things more than the first two. I don't know who owns the first two.
Oh.
But Chatterer was not in Hellraiser 3.
I didn't see Hellraiser
So
3. I only made it as far as the first two.
that was it.
Because there's like 7 of them, I think.
Yeah. 3 was not bad considering what was to come later on. But there was no Chatterer in it. Remember, they killed off all the centipedes.
Yeah, that's
which
wrong.
you can't do.
You can't kill up. You can't. Well, Pinhead kept coming back, I think.
Yeah, he came back.
And I think they offed him in the second one. I think.
Everybody they did in about 2 seconds.
You can't kill Pinhead.
No, or the Chatterer, but there he is, little Chatterer.
All right.
Now that you can have in the toy aisle, but cartoon boobs you can't have. A character with wires ripping his mouth apart, that was okay for the toy aisle, but not
You can't have anatomically correct nudity in your toy aisle. You just can't, Ed.
Some of those wrestling women figures, they have full bosom out, and that's all right.
Speaking of full bosom,
Right.
I was working the other day
Uh-huh.
at the part-time gig,
Yeah.
and I'm up near the front of the store,
Mm-hmm.
and I hear my coworker tell a not elderly woman, but not young woman,
Uh-huh.
"Miss, your boob is out." And I glanced over, and nip and all was hanging out as she was leaning over the counter. But her boob was out.
I wonder how that happened.
I don't know. How do you not know that? And all she did was, tuck it in.
Was she breastfeeding in the rug aisle or something? What was going on there? No brassiere? Did it come out of
I
the
just
brassiere?
came out of, I didn't study it that long. I just, when I heard, "Ma'am, your boob's out," I just kind of did like that, like a prairie dog. And I just looked over in shock, and the woman was, and tucked
This
it
is
back in.
a female co-worker?
Yes.
That's okay to say? And,
Yeah. Because I probably wouldn't have said boob.
no.
I would have just went,
I know when we worked at another store a long time ago, we were hoping for something like that to happen. We wouldn't tell anybody. We would just
actually, it would be okay if it was a couple of our coworkers.
get an eyeful there. But I always tell someone if they're coming through. Their boob is out on the counter.
It was
And it's cold out now.
that I didn't notice if she was cold. But
I
anyway.
know, but why would your boob be coming out in the car?
You're a little bit older, you're a little more disheveled, whatever. Anyway, let's play our game. Post a pairs
Okay.
game where you send in 2 numbers via email from 1 to 6. We select your entry, reveal what's behind the numbers. If they match, you win 2 free movie passes. If you're right, spin the wheel, you can win up to 6. There you go. You want me to do this?
You're taking that over. I seem to have a problem with it.
Don't think that's never happened to me yet, because it has. But I've always been able to release.
No.
2! But I would just do that.
Huh.
Oh.
I guess some of these have been in here so long
I shouldn't
now.
have. I should have taken the other one because this is Lawrence Katz. 2 and 4.
You would think with this one, he's in the past couple of weeks, this is the third time now.
I seem to recall how I moved those, and I don't think he wins.
Huh.
So let's not even bother.
Well, we have to play the game.
All right. Lawrence Katz, 2 and 4.
2 and 4. You move the posters around in between shows.
I do. I move him around. He did not win. I do recall, I think, yeah. Oh, God. I think it might be the up and down ploy. There, that one? Yep. There you go.
Oh, that's a shame.
It is a shame. Sorry, Lawrence, you did not win. But, folks, if you want to enter, it's so simple. It doesn't get any easier. You don't need paper. You don't need pen. You don't need to write it down. You don't need a stamp. You don't need an envelope.
In the old days, you needed all that.
Right. You had to fold the paper. There was potential paper cuts. Licking an envelope. You could cut your tongue. It didn't taste good. So many variables that you don't have to deal with now. Just get in your computer, your phone, whatever, and send an email to mediazone95@gmail.com. mediazone95@gmail.com. Don't make me spell it out.
Jeez.
2 numbers from 1 to 6. 2 numbers, not 2 numbers from 1 to 100. 1 to 6. There's only 6. So it's mediazone95@gmail.com. Send us 2 numbers from 1 to 6. If we select your entry, I mean, we selected him 3 out of 4 times. Your chances are good. Send it in. We select your entry. If they match, you win 2 free movie passes. And if you write spin in your email, again, you don't have to write it. Just type it. Watch it. Done. Write spin. We spin the wheel if you've already won the 2, and you can win up to 6 tickets. That's it. mediazone95@gmail.com. And the time it took me to tell you this, it is already here. You don't have to wait for the post office.
And we put this up on YouTube now, which I want to mention in fine high-def quality. I want to see people from California writing in for the game, not people in Latham down the street. How about some people, another country perhaps, if you have Regal, where we can send the Regal tickets if you win. They're Regal. If you have a Regal in your area.
We'll have to check it out and see if they do have it.
What are we doing that we're not getting more entries or not doing?
It's not us. No one's watching the show.
Do we need to take a boob out to get people to write it?
I'll do it when it gets warmer down here.
Yeah, it's a little too cold now. So that's, there we go. We got one good, the films are starting to get better. We got one that we've heard of anyway.
That's right.
So, happy St. Patrick's Day.
And let me say, hey, Eileen, call me. I don't know why I'm saying that.
Yeah. Well, somebody apparently tells the other person that we mention Eileen or Alicia and
Someone
tells
tells
them as they're getting their teeth worked on.
Oh, really?
So the message will be passed along.
Well, if it is passed along,
Yeah.
whoever passes this along, I'm more than happy to hear from Eileen.
Yeah.
The love of my life.
Yes. The one that got away.
Oh, well, it goes both ways, Ed. She clearly did not think that highly of me.
Well, there was a miscommunication.
A lot of bad timing.
Yeah, bad timing.
But
it's 2020. Let's get our timings in check here.
God, I love that woman.
All right.
I always have it. You know that.
Oh yeah,
I always
back
have.
1986 when they started there.
Always have. Always will.
Oh yeah. All right. We'll see you next time.
The New Media Zone has been a Cable 2000 production.